Once you're at rock bottom, the only way forward is up. But the bottom doesn't have to be all dark and gloomy. In games, we tend to try again after failing a level. Even in games like Only Up, players lose hours of progress after falling all the way back to the floor. Yet in life, people are overwhelmed by the struggle that is rock bottom. For Ichiban Kasuga, however, the bottom was actually the birth of a hero who saved his city. Yakuza Like a Dragon was my first Yakuza game ever. From my understanding, this game was the first turn-based RPG in the series. The turn-based combat felt like a breath of fresh air due to the fact that the animations made it feel like it was not a typical turn-based battle. I thought the items and gear were very normal, but had the modern twist to them. While the items and gear aspect of the game was a little bit lackluster, I really enjoyed the different class structures that the party members are able to transform into. Having a chef in my class with a knife and fire powers was such a funny yet interesting concept. Like a lot of great games, there were a few flaws that I experienced while playing through the journey of Ichiban Kasuga. Firstly, the random power spike in Chapter 12 had me grinding the battle arena. It felt like it came out of nowhere, but I recognized that the boss battle is supposed to be tough due to the cannon power levels. Additionally, I felt like some of the scenes were a little too dragged out. However, a majority of scenes made me feel like I was watching a long-form movie. Firstly, the graphics are beautiful. I felt like I was able to see the pores on people's faces when there was a close-up. I had a smooth performance of the game and it never crashed or lagged either. The voice acting for the scenes in the game are generally really well done, and I listened to the Japanese voice actors. There's a lot to do in the 3 districts of Yakuza Like a Dragon. From mahjong to shogi to eating at restaurants with your party, I felt like I never ran out of things to do. One of these minigames was the Ichiban Connections minigame, where the player had to manage properties and make a profit. While making profitable moves with the property upgrades and employees, the player, who is now the CEO, has to climb the stock market in share price and rankings. Attending shareholder meetings was like a real-life battle, and it felt so rewarding, and I had the itch to win every single meeting to increase my share value. I spent a whole week not even playing the main game, and I just wanted to play the management minigame. It was so satisfying to climb my way up and own multiple properties that brought tens of millions of yen. Overall, the story was one that took me a while to get through. In the beginning, it was difficult for me to keep playing, but as I progressed, I kept wanting to know more and more. Personally, I felt a lot of different emotions as I got through the story. Anger, betrayal, sadness, hopelessness, but also inspired, determined, thankful, and happy. These were the emotions I experienced playing as Ichiban. To start from the lowest of lows, he became a hero. It was just like he always imagined when he played Dragon Quest. However, it wasn't just through him alone. The friends he made along the way kept him from the dark. In the quote I mentioned earlier, I believe he said, "The bottom doesn't have to be all dark and gloomy," because of the friends he had with him while he was at the lowest of lows. The ending quote, "Once you're at rock bottom, the only way forward is up." This quote is so motivating to me. Although I don't personally feel like I'm at my rock bottom, I think there's something so valuable to know that there's always a way up and forward. Yakuza Like a Dragon shows that, even when you feel like there's no chance, there is always a way. Hey, click all these buttons and press like. Bye.